everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I am super excited to bring you from Hunky Dory Crafts the Festive Moments cutting die sets. They're really great. They make these 3D cards out of Z-fold cards. So let me show you what these do. All these different die sets. This is the winter woodland die set. And as you can see, I just cut it out of white. And it's this great Z-fold shape with just layers of intricate scenes, and it's just so beautiful. So we're going to take a look at how to put these together and all these fun ideas. We also have a set of 24 cards and envelopes. The Z-fold cards come flat and look like this, and then you just fold them, get your Z-fold. And they also come with the perfect size envelope. Okay, so let's take a look at each one of these die sets, and then we'll get into how you do things with them. So as I said, this is the winter woodland. This is the warm winter wishes, and it's got a fireplace scene and a window and candles. This one is the Christmas town, and it's got a great little mountain scene, Santa's sleigh, and the Christmas tree, and the cute little UK post box. And then deck the halls with the stairwell and the banister rather, and the tree and the cozy little scene with the Santa's cookies are laid out and a cute little chair. So each piece comes with, I think they all come with 5 dies, and we're going to get into these and show you how to use these. So I'm just going to clean up this and put it back. So we're going to work with the winter woodland. This particular one, I went ahead and did some inking on this one. So I just used my little Cat IQ ink pad sets. This was the yellow and the green. And I also used the basic set, which is wonderful because it has the white, silver, gold, copper, black, and another color, which I forget which one that is. Anyway, I used those. And I also used just some cotton swabs actually to do my application for the detailed areas like on the holly. But for the larger areas, let me grab these. I used my blending brushes. These are brand new ones. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Blending brushes are awesome to use. There we go. And I'm going to, well, I think before we actually get into the coloring of it, I'm going to show you how to actually put these together. I got so excited I just jumped ahead. So what's great about what Hunky Dory does is on the inside of each one of these cards, it gives you a step-by-step direction on how to make this and how to put it together. I found this super useful when Paulette gave Debbie and I this collection. I thought, oh wow, these look a little intricate. And then I opened it and I thought, oh, okay, really couldn't be easier. So you take your Z-fold card, okay, and you're going to start on the back of the card with your dies, which is a little counterintuitive, I think. I always want to start on the front. So you just take the main dies here. All right, there we go. And we're just going to follow along with the card, right? So the first thing you're going to do on the back of the card is take the scene right here. This is the back scene with the little cabin and the trees. And you're going to place that so that these bottom edges are going to be horizontal. So there shouldn't be leaning this way or that. They're going to be horizontal on the card, and you want the tree tops just to be at the top edge of the card. Then I just have some low tack tape. This is just stencil tape. And I'm just going to put it, you could also use washi tape. I'm just going to put it at the top of the trees, and that's because this area up here is going to get cut away. So I don't really care if it sticks too much, and it could actually maybe cut into the paper or something. So that's fine. If it gets damaged up there, we don't mind. All right, the next thing we're going to do, bring in our machine. What's great is that these cards are 6 inches. Let's see, they are 6 by 4 inches. So they fit through on any platform. So this is the Big Shot by Sizzix, and it has a 6-inch wide platform. So this card is going to fit through just about any platform machine out there. So I'm going to put that right there, run it through my machine, run it back. All right, there we go. And then, okay, so then this portion is just going to be cut away. It's cut on the tree. There we go. All right. So then when you're making the next piece, when you're placing the next piece, I was looking at this step here, step 3, and it says to actually turn the card over. So you're going to turn that over, and then you're going to take the piece with the deer and the trees. If I can pick it up. There we go. And you're going to place that so you have little edges here that run off, like pieces that run off the edge of the card. So you're going to place that here. And as I said, it shows you on the instruction card exactly where to place it. So I'm going to put more tape here. Okay, and then I'm going to run that through the machine and I'll show you what we get. All right, so I've run this through the machine and I can take this piece off. All right, so you can see now we've got the back of the card. Okay, so we've got the back of the card and the center of the card so far. All right, so now we're ready for, this is going to be the card front. So we're going to need to turn that over again. And we're going to place the owl, oops, right here. And I'm lining the owl edge up with the left edge where the Christmas tree is, okay? Or rather, the pine tree. And I'm just making sure, whoops, making sure that these edges down here, that straight edge, is straight on the card. Okay. Oops. All right, so I'm going to run this through the machine. Okay, so I've cut this last section with the owl. Peel this off. And Houston just reminded me that I didn't tell you what happened to this piece up here. Well, as you die cut the next section, it just sort of takes away the section before. So if this makes sense, this just lifted off. Okay. So as you go, it just takes away the excess from the previous section. All right. Thanks, Houston, for reminding me about that. So there you go. So now you can either add a dazzle greeting on here, or you can go ahead and run it through your machine one more time, and you can put this greeting here, which is what I did on this card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into how we colored this a little bit. So I'm going to take my craft sheet. So as you can see, they're really easy to cut out. It's just a matter of flipping them back and forth as you cut them. And the Hunky Dory is great about their instructions, and everything you need to know is right on the inside of each one of these cards from the die sets. All right, so the first thing I did is I started on the back. So I just opened up my card, and I did find it helpful to use some pieces of tape to kind of mask off some of the areas as I was going. Where's my end of my tape? Oh, come on, there we go. All right, so for this, I didn't want to get, oops, top of my head in there. Okay, so for this one, I just took some of the green, and you're just coloring your trees. I'm just using my little blender brush here. I'm going to take a little bit more tape, put it right here, and I just kind of, you could do this with Post-its too, sort of held my little green tape in place, or my Post-it in place, moved it around as I needed. This. And then with my trees, I wanted some edges to be much darker. So I used the dark green, sort of a medium green and then a dark green. I just went around one side of the tree. Okay, so, and then to clean my blender brush, just use a baby wipe. Something without alcohol in it. There we go. All right, so then I'm going to use some of this brown, or copper rather, to do the house, but I don't want to do the roof because I want to put some great little glittery stuff on there for snow. I'm just doing the base like that. Okay, so that gives you the general idea there. And then I'm going to skip to the owl because he's a little more tricky. So for the owl, just use a little bit of the copper. And I always say it's best to go easy on the color. You can always add more, but it's really hard to take it away. And you're just going around the edge of the owl. Is that what they call like a hood on an owl? I don't know what that's called, but there we go. And then to do, I just use my fingertip to do a little bit of gray color. I'm using the black. And I'm just going to do that little face there, tinting that gray. Go. And then for that breast on the owl, I just use gold. Don't even need to clean my brush from the copper because I'm just going to blend that together. Okay. And then for the little owl eyes, I just used a black fine tip pen and just put a dot on each. And then to do my holly, I just used a little cotton swab. Something like that for each little bit of holly. And then I just used some Dazzle, red Jewel Dazzle stickers and my retractable X-Acto knife blade here, and I just added them like this. I find that's the best way to do little dazzles. Okay, just like that. And then for the snow, this is great stuff. This is Moonlight Pearl Cosmic Shimmer Luna Paste. And I just take a cotton swab and I'm just adding that, for example, right here to the top of the house for a little snowy shimmer. And then really just amongst the snow and the trees after I get it all colored. So, and then I just add that here, and I do that to all the different layers, different panels. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the 2 shades of green for the trees, and then the Luna paste, and then on the next one, I just colored my deer 1 gold, 1 copper, more of the color here, and then we have the owl, did the holly, and then I also just used a cotton swab to extend the branch with some more copper, and then just there's some icicles there, so just use the little cotton swab to do that. Okay, I think we got that. Let me show you some of the other cards we did. All right, so here's one that Debbie did. This is the Warm Winter Wishes, which I thought was just wonderful. And what Debbie did here is she colored them using the Tri-Blend markers from Spectrum Noir, and they have the 3 different pens in each one here. There's a dark and the medium. Ooh, reverse that. Here's the dark, the medium, and the light. So 3 pens in one. So great. What a great tool. And she did that to color, for example, the candles. And then when she was done, she took this great glitter brush and she just added some clear each of the candles, which I thought was so fun and such a clever way to get a different look out of your Spectrum Noir pens. And she just colored all the different features. Now when you do this, you can color the back side as well, so you're not getting, you know, a bleed through there, so that it looks nice. Here, there's our little code you see there. And then here you see that she didn't color that, but there's not a lot of bleed there, so it still looks nice. And here it just almost outlined those candles. All right, so here's another one. There we go. This one's Christmas Town, and I love what Debbie did with this one. She actually put it on a card front. So if you like to write long Christmas letters, you know, you've got some space here to just do a nice little signature. Then you've got your card, your blank card, to write all your Christmas letter in, which I thought was great. And let me show you how Debbie did this one. She cut her Christmas tree. Here we go. She cut the actual Christmas tree out of a green holographic paper, which I thought was great. And then she even cut out she ran it again with red and cut those little bows out, which was adorable. And then she outlined all of this using the fluffy stuff from Cosmic Shimmer. And that's where you just outline it. It's really kind of a liquid, and then you heat it with the heat gun and it puffs up for dimension. I've used that several different times in videos. Now what's great here, I loved this technique. So Debbie backed, oh, there's a little red bow that she cut out for my sample. So she backed each one of these houses with gold holographic. So they look like they just have lights coming from the inside. But then she found she had on the back these pieces of holographic. So Debbie did this great thing. She lined them again with more houses. Let me show you how she did this. So here's how it looks from the front, and then she glued these little holographic pieces of paper right here on the back, but then she wanted to cover those up. So she die cut the houses again, okay, and put the pieces of paper on there, and then she just turned them over. So she used the reverse side of them and glued them to the back, trimmed off the excess, and then to cover up this little seam right here, she just did a little bit of fluffy stuff there, which I thought was really, really a clever solution to that. Makes that really versatile. And then for the last card, let me see, Deck the Hall set, which is so beautiful. I think these are just so great out of just white. They're really, really elegant as well. So for this Deck the Hall set, Debbie did something different here. She just used them as a paper piecing just to make a regular type of card, just a regular card without using the Z-fold. So what she did is she covered her paper with the striped paper, her card with the striped paper, and then she die cut just the stairwell out of a piece of brown cardstock that's the same size as the card. And then she just took some scissors and cut the stairwell away. Just want to cut it around that little bow. Cute. Let go. There we go. All right, and then she just put that right there. And then she did the same thing with a piece of green cardstock here, and then glued that over this piece. And that's how she did her paper piece scene, which I thought was so clever. So you could use this in all of them in two different ways. You can use it with the Z-fold, or you could also just use it for paper piecing. Okay, so as you can see, lots of different things, fun, fun, fun. Make sure you check out our Money Saver on this whole collection. It's a great deal and so fun to make for the holidays. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you next time.